Welcome to the second series of Tom's Barbers podcast. Today we've got the fantastic Max. Max is going to talk to us about how he took a leap of faith from a full-time job into setting up a business with his partner. Anyway, let's go and meet Max now. So on the podcast today we've got Max. Max, do you want to introduce yourself to anybody who doesn't know who you are?
I'm Max and I run Links window cleaning with my wife and now Leaflet Lincoln, which is a leaflet distribution.
So, what did you do before this? How long have you had each business?
Links window cleaning's been going for 5 years. We started in April 2020, which just after, it was during the pandemic. And then we've only just recently launched the leafleting distribution, which goes side by side with our window cleaning company. We've grown our window cleaning company, I wouldn't say predominantly through leafleting, but it's one of the marketing strategies that we use is leaflet drops. And we never had a guarantee that the leaflets were delivered. So I don't want to talk bad about any company that we've used in the past because I'm not here to do that. But I just wanted more control over the leaflets being delivered. So printing costs have gone up, delivery costs have gone up. So we've got our own delivery team now who deliver our leaflets, and then we can deliver other businesses' leaflets as well. And it's all GPS tracked, totally transparent, and we can literally send, say you had 10,000 leaflets, we can send you a link, and you can watch the tracker live being delivered around the city, around the county.
Is that a new technology or is that something that's been around?
I mean, GPS tracking has been around for a while. Obviously, I think the software we use is quite good. So the leaflet distributor, they have their own app and it's linked to the tracker so they can see exactly what street they've been down, so we can target the exact streets that you want to go to. So obviously for your business, you would really want to be targeting the guys with 5 or 10 miles of this place, or if you had specific streets or anything like that.
Yeah, we tend to just do Island 6, but again, I find like the problem you have or had with letter distribution is, are you 100% sure it's all gone out?
That's always the worry, isn't it?
And again, and where has it gone out? Like, I'm concerned like it might get double dropped somewhere, or it just doesn't get done in time.
Well, part of the kind of guarantee is mine are going out with it as well, my leaflets, so that keeps the cost down, and we've got an office team making sure that the distributors are going in the right areas. Yeah, sorry, I'm not here just to promote that.
No, it's good. Because obviously the interesting thing is, so obviously you've only really just got into the leaflet distribution. So what about you? You know, obviously you've talked about the window cleaning. So what got you into window cleaning?
So, I mean, do you want the long
No, I want the juicy, fruity story of how you was at the races.
Yeah. So I can't believe I told you that and you remembered that. Yeah. So that was a long time ago, 5 years ago. I wasn't very.
And that's why you're here, but just for this story again.
Well, I've always had little side hustles and being self-employed here and there, but I've always had the backup of full-time employment pretty much, or part-time employment. I've never had the kahunas to go fully self-employed. So in 2020 I was working full-time, had a national role where I was all over the country. I like to say it was an international role because it did spread to Wales, Scotland and Ireland as well, just to
totally agree
pick it up. But no, it was up and down the country, and I was getting pretty burnt out, and my wife was pregnant with my daughter, and it was getting me down. I was starting to kind of resent the job, get anxious, thinking I was away 3 or 4 nights a week most weeks, and then when I came home I just wanted to veg out on the sofa because I drove a lot up and down the country. So yeah, I had a couple of days off. I went with a couple of window cleaners to the races. They were talking about, you know, how good it is. You know, we finish at 2, we take cash, all this kind of stuff.
What races did you go to? Just so?
It was Cheltenham.
Cheltenham. So you went to the big one as well.
Yeah, I don't gamble, so I didn't gamble. I just went because my friends were going. So I thought, you know what, I can learn how to window clean. Started watching YouTube, went and worked for people for free to learn how to do it, and then I think that was like on the Wednesday, I had him a notice in on the Friday, and this was honestly the...
Well, you kind of missing a big chunk of that. How did they persuade you, or what did you say to them they had to prove for you to quit your job?
I don't know really.
I remember you telling me basically you told him, like, got him to show him the bank balance.
It was like that Wolf of Wall Street, that Wolf of Wall Street clip where Jonah Hill goes to Leonardo DiCaprio. I'll quit my job right now if you show me, you know, if I can come and work for you and share that check. And it was kind of like that, you know. They were on just as much as me, and I was up and down the country, non-stop, burnt out, and they sold the lifestyle. But in all honesty, it's not as good as probably some people make out.
But it's good enough, and obviously it must be nice working with your partner or wife and having like a real family business.
Yeah, and it is a family business, and my brother works for me. One thing I'll say though is, obviously, and you'll know this, as your team grows, and you know you have to invest in more assets, holidays. So we try to set things up totally different with the window cleaning company. So I did try to start it with just me. I'll be finished by 2. I'll get to pick my daughter up every day, and that would be the end of it. But the beast just kept growing. I got more addicted to growing it, and it just grew and grew and grew. And I think we've got about 3,000 customers now that we service every month, between 2,500 and 3,000 every month. We have a team of 7 out in the field, including myself, 2 people in the office, working, taking customer calls, that kind of thing. We have a leaflet distributor now and a door-to-door canvasser as well.
So what would you say has been like the biggest reason of your growth? Is it?
I mean, it started off as me cleaning windows, and I did a bloody good job, and it was during COVID, so people were at home, had a big sticker on my van, uniformed, and I think we offered something a little bit different. I think because of COVID, we weren't knocking on people's doors going, can I have 10 quid or whatever we charge to clean their windows? So from the very start, we set up direct debit for the window cleaning that only comes out after we've cleaned. So if it got rained off on that day, the payment wouldn't come out. Or, you know, if it was terrible weather, the payment doesn't come out. So I think that made it really easy for the customer, you know, not having to scramble around or go to the cash machine just to pay your window cleaner. So it is, I mean, it's not really revolutionary now because a lot of businesses are doing direct debit. They have card machines, but at the time for window cleaning around this area, I don't think there was many people doing that. So just made it easier for the customer. When they come out, I'm cleaning the windows. Oh, can you do mine too? Yeah, sure. Oh, I'm really sorry, I haven't got the money though. Is that okay? Yeah, no worries. I'll send you a link. Sign up to direct debit. That's just one less thing to think about. Or me
just reducing the traction.
Yeah, reducing the friction for the customer. It grew and grew. Then I needed help, and then it just carried on growing. I love learning about different kinds of marketing. But yeah, ultimately as well, I'm just lucky I've got a wife, why it's grown, a wife who will support me in it, because pretty much every penny we make, I've just put straight back into the business. I generally have. Cut back on holidays. Luckily we couldn't go on holidays during COVID and stuff anyway. But yeah, I mean, even from the very outset, quitting my job, and then 2 days later, I'd worked at that company coming up to a decade, fully employed, worked my way up through the ranks, and then gone to the races a come back, quit my job. 2 days later, the global pandemic, and at the time it was scary. My wife was pregnant with our first child. We'd never really experienced pandemics in our lifetime in this country, so it was a scary time, and she backed me and supported me and continues to do so, and we do everything together. It's easier to have her backing and make decisions within the company and know it's for the good of the company, and she's happy with kind of the risk and the consequence, and she's got a good work ethic and so have I, so it works really well.
Is she quite entrepreneurial like you? Because obviously you are quite ambitious.
Yeah, she's the balance to me. So I wouldn't say we're totally opposite, because we're not. But in terms of maybe work, the way our minds work in a working environment, she's the opposite to me. Whereas I wouldn't take risks, and she's more calculated. She'll think things through a lot more, which is actually a good balance for me. Because I will just create a business tomorrow, another one and another one and another one.
So obviously I spoke to you quite a few times. So you have had quite a few businesses in the past. What have you learned from previous businesses that's helped you in this? And what's some of your biggest failures?
I never see anything as a failure. I generally don't, because they are all lessons. And I know that sounds like cliche, and a lot of people say that, but every stage you get to a business, you're learning and learning. I think the biggest thing that I did before was not just going all in sooner. So I'd always want that backup of, and again, a lot of it I think was my upbringing of having that secure income coming in from a company. Probably, I wouldn't say one of the biggest failures, but one of my biggest weaknesses is definitely, as you've probably alluded to, is just starting a business. Like seeing an idea and just going with it, run with it. So it can be a weakness, but it can be a benefit, but it can also be a weakness. Yeah. So there's a saying from Steve Jobs is, I'm going to murder it and ruin the saying now, but it's something along the lines of discipline is being able to say no to all the great ideas. And I think the more disciplined I've focused on window cleaning and growing the window cleaner business it's been hard, but that's more of a benefit to keep all your eggs in one basket. Don't get me wrong, we have diversified the window cleaning business, but it's still stayed in that sector, and I've not moved out of that.
So what's some of these crazy ideas we're now missing because you've just stuck to that?
There's loads. There's so many. But yeah, in the past, as you know, I started off self-employed personal training, but I always I worked for the gym that I was in. So walking up to people and getting them to, just literally walking up to people who are exercising and saying, can I train you? Can I be a personal trainer? Can I give you a free session? Leading on to the second business from there was I imported, and I was living with my mum at the time, I imported something like 500 gym exercise ball chairs. So there were, the Swiss ball, the gym ball, it was that built into a chair. And in my head I thought that'd be it's going to replace every single chair in the world, because it promotes you to engage your core and reduce back pain. And we had an Arctic lorry turn up on the council estate that my mum still lives on, blocked the street, didn't have anywhere to put, it was like half full, so it was massive. So in my bedroom, surrounding my bed, I literally had boxes up to the ceiling. I couldn't see, I had to make a little walkway out. They were under the bed, all around the room, some in the dining room, some in the garage, and my mum went crazy, obviously.
You managed to sell them all?
It took so long to sell them. I didn't know anything about marketing. I had the idea, but I didn't really think into it. I just went to, I think it was Alibaba, learn how to do all that, and then they took so long to sell on eBay. I did start learning about e-commerce and a bit of YouTube. I've got some grainy old YouTube videos that I did trying to sell it, but kind of got my fingers burnt with that. I got my money back, but it was just the inconvenience of the logistics. But I think I was,
but like you say,
19 or 20 there, maybe.
Just think how many different life lessons that's.
Yeah, definitely.
And again, it's not a failure, is it? It's like
It's just a lesson, yeah.
And you've learned a lot from it. So, that's a great way of looking at life, isn't it? That you don't fail, you learn. And if you're not learning, you do need to fail. So obviously the window cleaning's grown quite well, and obviously by the sounds of it, you tried to professionalise window cleaning in the area. What does 5 years time look like for Lynx window cleaning?
We're going to, obviously, as we acquire customers and keep them, reduce our churn rate, the company's just well, it's not organically growing. It is organically growing to a certain extent, but we are doing our own marketing as well. So we'll just continue to grow our customer base, service both commercial and residential. Every day I have to stop myself from investing in solar panel cleaning equipment because it's quite expensive. There's one leading marker in this market. There's one market leader in a solar cleaning robot.
Yeah.
It's so expensive. But I do think solar's going to just keep getting, we've noticed so for residential, we do a lot of residential solar panel cleans.
Yeah.
And that is because people are wanting to reduce their energy bills because energy bills are just going up and up. So the next stage from residential is, cleaning solar panels on the top of people's roofs is to go and clean solar farms and factories that have solar panel arrays on their roofs. But really, you need a robot for that. So that might be the next arm that we do for
Is there something different you have to do then when you're cleaning solar panels?
They're not windows. So windows are, I know that sounds silly, but windows don't have haven't got an electrical current going through them. So really, you've got a massive electrocution risk with cleaning solar panels. And in general, it's working at height as well. So most window cleaning is done from the ground now with a safety of a water-fed pole. But normally you're in the air and you're cleaning something that's got a current going through it. So there's just a massive electrocution risk. If you have a robot, that reduces that massively.
So you say they're expensive. What are we looking for in a robot?
Between 30 and 40 grand.
That's a lot of
and that's for the minimum product. Okay, so that's without all your spare brushes, batteries and stuff that you're going to need. That's just to get the minimum product that you need. If you're going to do anything right, like yourself, if your razor goes down now, you need another one and another one and another one, otherwise your business stops. So if you're halfway through cleaning 1,000 solar panels and a brush breaks or a battery dies, you need plenty of backups. So it's probably more to a 50k investment really.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I suppose the functionality of the solar panels, if they get mucky, is not as good.
Yeah, it just reduces their output, so they do need to be cleaned and it's maintained as well. So when you start to get lichen on them, which is white spots, it looks like bird poo, but it's not. It's actually a bacteria growing. It can cause hot spots and cause failures if they're not maintained. So yeah, maintenance is something that probably most people who've had a large array installed might not have thought of the actual maintenance and cleaning, but they do when their energy bills start to creep back up. That's when they think, that's when we get called, is come and clean them. They haven't been cleaned for 10 years.
So how would someone reach you if they was looking for a new window cleaner?
We're online, just Lynx Window Cleaning. Another kind of answer to your question of where do we see it in the next 5 to 10 years, we have got another, we started Knott's Window Cleaning as well. Because in Newark, even from here, is 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
So we have a huge amount of customers, both shops, businesses, and residential out there. So we start, and I don't know if I shot myself in the foot calling it Lynx Window Cleaning, because we don't just offer window cleaning, we offer everything exterior cleaning, so steam cleaning, graffiti removal, patio cleaning, stonework cleaning, gutter emptying is huge for us. If someone's gutters are absolutely full, and when it's the rain we've had, it's rained every single day in January, If you've got water cascading through your window, then you need someone to come and empty your gutters ASAP. So we do a lot of gutter clearing.
I suppose this is the thing though, isn't it? When you started your journey, obviously the idea was windows, and obviously you've expanded into other areas, and it's really hard to do that with a name. So are you thinking name change, or are you quite happy with...
I don't know.
I only say that because I always think I need to change the name of my business.
I know, it's your baby though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's what people know.
I suppose with yours is you've gone quite big, haven't you? Lincolnshire is a great name, but again, I don't think it would put somebody off from Nottinghamshire.
I think I'm going to call it Links and Knots Window Cleaning. Or just Knots Window Cleaning, you know, have the beginning of each county as the name.
Would you not look to franchise the model out and get somebody else to maybe...
It's one of the things that when I was researching growing a company, it is a bit of a differentiator. Is all of our staff are fully employed. We pay national insurance, they get a holiday, we pay them well, and I think that gives a better quality of clean, whereas I'd be worried if I started franchising that we'd lose the quality a little bit. It might be just me having a one-track mind there and limiting myself a bit, but I really do like the fact that we do our own in-house training, we have a good culture, we do training days, we have regular meetings. That I don't want to lose that, I don't want to dilute that with a franchise, whereas I know there might be some benefits in terms of, you know, I would probably make a little bit more money.
Well, the thing is, I think it's there's a couple of people who come here who do franchises, and I think it's kind of looking at that you can't spread yourself all over, and it's a way of spreading your business and your DNA.
Yeah, I get that.
In a broader thing, because again, you know, you might, the way you're going, you might end up and down the country again.
Yeah, that's true.
So obviously we're nearly finishing up. It's been great to have you on here, but just really, because you've took the risk on having a business just for maybe something a bit comical, what would your advice be to somebody who has an idea or is sitting on the fence, not leaving that cushion of a job to take on a business of their own or an opportunity that they've got?
I think now it's a lot easier to test the market online that you might want to go in. So say for instance I was going to revolutionise barbering and I wanted to start a barbering company because I had a great idea that
you're not doing that.
I thought it might work. You can literally do a video of yourself saying your idea, or you can put some Facebook ads up, you can create a one-page website, pay for some Google ads and test that idea, create a waiting list. If you can get a waiting list of people interested in your idea, you know you've got legs. If you can pay for an advert and nobody applies or shows any interest, then that's a very big indication that it's probably a bad idea. Same with window cleaning in my next area that I go to. If I say you need a regular reliable window cleaner in the next town, let's say Louth, nobody applies because they're totally happy with their current service, then there's no point in doing it. So test the market would be if you were on the edge of doing it and just not doing it, is test the market first. That's what I would say.
I think what's really good about that, it's really simple, and again you get the results, and again a bit like you were saying about Steve Jobs, sometimes it's about saying no to a great idea. Like you've got a great idea, you've got a way to test it, and you know maybe it's the wrong time, maybe the wrong place, but yeah, it's a great bit of advice. So again, thank you again for coming on. Obviously, hopefully do it again. Good luck with the leaflet distribution and the windows.
Thank you.
And yeah, thank you.
Cheers, Tom.
What a conversation with Max. Really interesting character. You know, great to see how he's evolved the business and how he's adding layers to the business. And again, really inspiring conversation. And again, this is the reason why we are doing this podcast. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully see you in the next one. Please leave some comments in the thing, what you think we've done well and how we can improve this podcast. Thank you very much.